Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 24 of the 31 Days of Horror. DVougie86 here again, guys. That's right. The film I got for you guys today, I just got in the mail the other day, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to check this out. This is a mockumentary film, and you know how I love those, and I wanted to check it out for the longest time. From 2015, and that is Savageland. Yes, this was produced by Terra Films, of course. Savageland is a very interesting mockumentary, and I'll get more into it in my final thoughts, but pretty much the main basis of this mockumentary, it's following a case of this mass murder that happened in this border town, and it talks about the prime suspect of this murder spree, which is Francisco Salazar. And while they're talking, it's either a side for him and there's a side against him, pretty much. And pretty much the side that's against him is pretty much all the racist pieces of shit that they interview in this film. And while that's happening, we have other people coming to his defense, and we find out certain aspects of the plot where maybe there was something kind of different happening with this murder spree, and it wasn't really a murder spree per se. That's where I'll kind of lead the plot off of this one if you haven't seen it yet. My thoughts on it, it plays out more like a crime slash documentary, where it talks about like the interviews with like certain aspects of like the people involved in the law enforcement angle. Then it has people that were more on the side of like finding out the truth of what really happened, and plus like the lawyers that were involved and interviewees that were involved in interviewing the people involved with it, and also like a people that were trying to get to the defense of the main suspect of this film, Salazar. Like there's one African American dude who's actually trying to figure out more information about it, and when the film progresses, he finds out more stuff that happened with like these photographs that Salazar had took, and what's on those photos leads to more speculations of this is bigger than even the small town bullshit of racism that this film is portrayed. With that being said, when I just said that, this film is a very now film where it's kind of tough to listen to, because all we hear about today is immigration in our country today, and this film shows like people batting a blind eye to the bigger picture of what's going on through lower tier racism, pretty much. And that's very spellbinding that this film does that in a way that normally films like this, like horror mockumentary slash documentary style found footage films, don't do. And you got to respect that from the filmmakers for putting an underlying message in their film. Yeah, this was fucking great. I actually highly enjoyed this. It kept me engrossed with the information that it was giving me. And, you know, it kind of spooked me out, because some of the shit that scared me the most about this wasn't like the horror-related stuff that we find out. It was more the underlying thoughts of what could be, because especially living in Trump America right now, it's getting fucking scary out there for us guys, you know? I don't like to really talk about politics during reviews, but yeah, it's kind of what this film's underlying message of building walls and all that fucking bullshit, and you know, just the border in general is involved in this, and immigration and racism. It's all in this film, and it engrosses you, and you just can't think of those things of today and what's going on without actually watching the film, because that's all you think about, because of the subject matter the film displays on screen for us. Highly enjoyable mockumentary. I highly enjoyed this. I can't really give anything away, because if you haven't seen it, what the horror aspect of this film is, it doesn't really really, it's more better if you watch it for yourself, because there is a horror aspect. It plays more like a serious mockumentary style, where you get little hints and bits of horror within it without actually really showing you any horror till the very final scene of the film, which was kind of shocking to see. And I was actually bold that the filmmakers did go with that angle. But I highly recommend this if you haven't seen Savageland yet and you're a fan of found footage / mockumentary styles. I fucking highly enjoy this. If I had to rate it, getting a solid 9 out of 10 for me. Highly recommendable. One of the best found footage style films I've seen in the last few years. You get this DVD off pretty much Amazon or anywhere. It's pretty cheap from what I remember. I paid like $10 for it. Check it out. Awesome shit. Alright guys, that's it for day 24. I hope you enjoyed it as always. And I'll be back tomorrow, day 25. Been watching a lot of serious movies lately, guys, so I'm gonna pick something nice and easy to watch tomorrow just to get my mind off shit, because that last film hit me with some fucking deep shit. The last few films did. So I'm gonna find something goofy to watch for tomorrow, because I need one for after that, you know. So I'll see you then, guys. Peace out.